What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another prosperity tip episode. So, this one is going to be about sponsors. And if you don't know what I mean by sponsor, traditionally, like in network marketing or an MLM or even an affiliate marketing companies, when you make a sale or you're mentoring someone, they usually call the person who brings in the downline a sponsor, right? And so today's topic is all about is do you need a good sponsor to be successful in a business, in a home-based business? And so that's what we're going to be talking about today. So I'm really excited about this topic. So I'm just going to get right into it today. I just have a few minutes. So I wanted to just come out and talk about this. So I was actually scrolling through Facebook and I noticed a comment. So someone was complaining about their sponsor. So they joined a business, their sponsor is just non-existent. They weren't helpful at all, and they just don't show up, right? So this person was complaining about their sponsor on Facebook, right? And then I was scrolling through even more, and then there was other examples where maybe the sponsor was jumping from thing to thing to thing to thing and taking their taking and distracting them like crazy. And so I've been noticing this pattern of quote unquote bad sponsorship, right? And that got this question in my mind was, well, do you need a good sponsor? Can you still be successful if the person you joined in whatever business that you're in is not there for you, is not there for you. So that's what I really want to get into. And let me know your thoughts on this. What do you think about sponsorship? Should you join someone that's a good sponsor? Or if you join someone and they are bad, what do you think? Do you like that? Do you feel like you could still be successful? I would love to know your thoughts as well. And also do hashtag replay or let me know where you're dialing in from as you pop onto these lives. I always like to interact with you as much as possible. So anyway, I have a couple points. So the first one that I wrote down here is, do you need a good sponsor to succeed? And the answer is dun, 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 it depends. Okay. It really does depend because most people are just going to say, no, you don't need one. Everyone can just go out there and have success and do it the way, if you persevere, you can just have success. I actually agree with that, for one. But here's the kicker: do you need a good sponsor to succeed? And the reason I say depends is because it really depends on the company you've joined, right? So if you join a company that has zero leverage, zero support, zero training, and you're just joining blindly on a business and they have no training or no support or nothing, well then in that case a bad sponsor would actually be bad because you need a good sponsor in that case because the sponsor that you're joining has to train you and has to teach you and has to guide you if the company itself does not provide that. So that would be the depends answer, right? But here on the flip side, if the company you're joining has good leadership, good training, is there for people, supports people, and has good products, then technically you don't need a sponsor. You could join a company with anybody, plug into, just kind of go around your sponsor, plug into the current community the company has, plug into their training, plug into the tools they have, and plug into the different things that the company offers, and still have success. So that's why the answer technically is it depends. But I do want to give you a couple other examples and tips, and I wrote these down just in case I forget about them. So, what makes a good or a bad sponsor? I'm actually curious on what your guys' thoughts are. So, if you want to be so knowing that you can so the answer to the question is no, you don't need one if the company has good support, but you do need one if the company has nothing. But now here's this next question. If you understand all this, can you still be a good sponsor in a good company? Yes, you can. Can you be a and what is a good sponsor and what is a bad sponsor? And I would love to know your guys' thoughts in the comments as well. Let me know what you guys think about what makes a good one, what makes a bad one. But I'll give you a couple pointers and things that I've noticed because I will say there is some benefit to adding value to whatever the company is doing. Like I remember I was in one business where they sold a blogging product, and so what I noticed is the company itself, they had a whole bunch of training, they had a whole bunch of different things. They sold a blogging product, but there was no actual good blogging training in that business, which was kind of funny because one of their products was a blog. So I was a little confused. And so instead of going, "Oh no, I need to jump to a new company," right? What I did as a sponsor is I created a blog training, like how to blog correctly, the tips on coming up with content, where to post, how to get traffic to it, how to rank it, etc. And I just created this big long, I think it was like 12 video series on blogging, and I gave it to the people who joined me in that business for free. So they would join me in the business. I'd give them my blogging training for free, which coincided actually helped the company. So here's a couple tips. So here's what a bad sponsor would do. And I'll talk about good sponsorship and bad sponsorship. So in my opinion, a bad sponsor, when they recruit someone into their business and then they start promoting a bunch of things they don't actually use. Okay. I've actually seen this happen. I've seen people join a business and then they just have these tools and trainings that they never actually do themselves. And they just start selling it to their team to make a dollar, to make a buck. Right. So they would go out there and they would just sell to their team anything and everything that looked good or converted well, just to make money. And that's a bad sponsor. Okay, that's definitely a definition of a bad sponsor. Selling a new biz op every few months. That's another example of a bad sponsor. I mean, I'm all for making money from home, multiple income streams, whatever it may be, but selling a new biz op every 3 months to your current team, that's a definition of a bad sponsor, right? Plugging them in or not plugging them in to the company culture. So let's say the company has a great training system, a great culture, a great whatever it may be, and and the sponsor goes, "Don't go to their training, only come to mine." That is an example of a bad sponsor because here's what ends up happening. Those people who join those sponsors, so let's just say you have a bad sponsor. Okay. So let's say you join someone who's selling you a bunch of crap, who's selling new biz ops every 3 months, and who doesn't plug you into the company culture. Here's what I would recommend you do. Okay. A, don't go find a good sponsor. Okay. Don't go quit. Don't go find a good sponsor. If you like the company you're in, if you like the products that you have, stay with the company, but bypass the bad sponsor. Go directly to the company and ask them, "Hey, do you have team training or webinars or resources that I can plug into?" And go straight to the company and ask them. And there a lot of times they will give you resources. Sometimes they'll even plug you into a team, maybe above your sponsor, and now you are hooked in and ready to go. And now you can not have to worry about who brought you to the table. One thing I have noticed is some people, they'll have they'll not want to succeed because they don't want to make their sponsor money when they have a bad sponsor. But one thing I really want you to understand is everyone in some kind of affiliate marketing business or network marketing business or working from home, everybody controls their own destiny, right? So having that negative mindset, oh, I don't want to work because my sponsor gets paid, that's the wrong mindset. You should be thinking about your own personal production. You should be thinking about your income, not your sponsor's income, right? You should be thinking about your future, not your sponsor's future. And so I would just throw that mindset out the window and just realize that you can succeed. So just bypass them. And so, what makes a good sponsor? So, let's say you have a good company, you have a good system, and you want to be a good sponsor. So here's what I would recommend for being a good sponsor. A, stick to things long term. Be here a year from now in the same company, right? Don't jump from thing to thing to thing to thing and drag your team along with you. Now, if you do multiple income streams that maybe all coincide and go together, then that's one thing. But just doing a new biz op every 3 months, dragging your team into new things, I would not do that. That distracts people. It creates that anxiety where your team doesn't want to work with you anymore, and it's not a good thing, right? Also, here's a couple other big ones. Plug your team into as many current systems, leverage systems that there are that the company provides. So, like, for example, when I join a new business, I look and see what resources are available and I plug my team into those. Okay. So I plug them in. So, like, if my sponsor or my upline or the company itself does a day, like a weekly training, I will, to be a good sponsor, what you would do, one of the best things you could do is just tell your team about it and say, hey, plug into this training. And here's what this does. A, it creates a freedom business for you because now you don't have to do a weekly thing. So, for example, in our company, I'm a co-founder of a business where I go live on Zoom Monday through Friday every day, like clockwork. And we do training and we help and we show people how to do marketing. And so it would be bad for it would be bad for someone to join this company that I'm in and then try to recreate that on their own. Like, it would be better for someone to just plug them into the current training system, which we have. And then the third tip I have for you is add to the system, not take away. Add to the system, not take away. So, like that example of the blogging product that I joined. They had a great blog, right? And so what I did is I sold the blog. They had system and training, and I plugged everyone into their system and training, but then I added to the system by creating a blogging course, and then I filled the gap. So I like to call it filling the gap. So if you see a gap or you see something that you can add to the system, now you're being an amazing sponsor. That's what a good sponsor is. So, for example, if someone joined in my business, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leverage everything that's available. I'm going to plug my team into everything that's available. And then if I notice there's anything missing, that's where I come in and I add that. So I'll add it as a bonus, or I'll add it as a add to the system. I don't take away the system. So many people out there, they go out and they try to recreate everything that their upline is doing, and that's a bad thing. I don't think that's smart. That creates less freedom for you. In fact, when we decided to do a daily Zoom for our team and teaching marketing, we sacrificed our freedom to give our affiliates more freedom, right? And that's what we decided to do. So anyway, I would love to know your thoughts on this. What do you think about good sponsors, bad sponsors? I hope you got value from this for sure. If you want to find out more about what we're doing, let me just show real quick. You can go over to seekprosperity.com, find out more about our freedom business. If you would like more information on that, you just scroll down a little bit and you'll see right there where it says residual income. You can check out our system. So I'm going to come to the comments and see what you guys are saying. Says Dan, good morning. Thank you. We got Brenda. And okay, it's both for me. In fact, a lot of experience on like someday I need to guiding advice moving forward. That does mean I could not have done that without him, but sometimes I need to hear that. Great. Okay, cool. Awesome. Yeah, and here's the thing, like you can I've even seen people sponsor shopping, they call it, right? Someone would go sponsor shopping, and what ended up happening, and I saw this happen so many times where they would go sponsor shopping because of all these bonuses someone offered. I'm going to tell you right now, be really careful about a big bonus package, because especially if you're joining a guru, because a lot of those times, look at their history. How many companies has that person joined in the last year is a good question to ask. Like how many biz ops? I'm not talking of tools and affiliate products and things like that that actually help you. Like for example, I can sell StreamYard and Get Response and vidIQ and things like that, because those are tools to help the overall picture of building a business. But if you look at someone's history and they've joined 5 different biz ops in the last year, well, their bonus package is not going to help you, because next month they're going to be promoting another biz op, which means you're going to be distracted. Right. So that would be one thing I'd be really careful with on sponsor shopping. Personally, if I'm joining someone and someone told me about the business and they're excited about it, and they just tell me, hey, I'm here long term, that's all I need to hear to join them. If they're there long term, that's all I need to hear. If I notice the history of jumping from thing to thing to thing, maybe I'll have to give them a little bit of time to change their ways before I decide to join them, right? So, and if that's the way that I think, if I'm ever joining someone and I think of that, like, are they going to be here long term? If I think that way, I'm pretty sure other people think that way too. So I think it's super important for you as a sponsor to always be thinking, am I going to stick to this long term? Right. Because then that's going to rub off on the people that you're selling to. So, anyway, that's all I got for you today. Thank you so much for showing up. Again, let me know your thoughts on this. If you want to find out about our business, you can go over to seekprosperity.com, scroll down, click on the residual income button right here, and you can find out all about the company I co-founded. And we are here to help you win your freedom faster in an ethical way. Okay, so with that, make it a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next training. Bye for now.